Hello, this is Stephanie Shackelford with Stephanie Rambles on the Cozy Compass. And eventually I'm going to get used to saying all that and probably also saying things like this video or follow me or subscribe or something like that. But for right now, I'm just getting used to talking to the screen as though you are a person, because if you're watching this, you are a person. I may not see you in this moment, but you are a person. The thing I want to talk about today is failure and struggle. I think it was this year. I don't usually retain a word of the year for the entire year. Sometimes I start with a word of the year in January. Sometimes I start with word of the year in June or July or October. It's just whenever I feel like there's something I need to focus on. One year it was dance, and actually dance went for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. But I think it might have been last year, and then I kind of renewed it sometime during the beginning of this year or the end of last year. But it was fail faster. And why did I do that? And part of it was because if you don't try something, you won't succeed at it. I forget exactly what the quote was, something like, whatever you aim at, no, if you don't aim at it, you're going to get it. I don't even remember. Anyway, I'm not trying to quote that. What I would like to quote is Shakespeare's, from one of his plays, I don't know which, but it says, "Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt." And it is so true. And if you fail and get up and try again, and even if you fail a few more times, you keep on trying, you eventually learn what you need to learn to succeed, because each failure comes with a success. It comes with a lesson that leads to a success. I had a friend who would celebrate. She was a teacher, and she would celebrate whenever a child made a mistake. She wasn't being condescending or anything. It was part of the ritual, and the class would clap around along with her, celebrating that the child, it was a younger grade. I don't remember what grade. I knew her after this. And now that I'm thinking about it, she might have been telling me about her aunt and that she incorporated it in her lessons, but not quite as. Anyway, somebody I knew told me this and did it, because I was in some of her classes where she celebrated where she was teaching adults something, where she celebrated. She said, "We're going to celebrate our failures, our attempts, our mistakes, because those mistakes lead us to what we need to learn." That's how we learn, and it is. And so I would like to encourage, and the phrase "fail faster" came about because the more you fail, the faster you fail, the faster you get, or at least I will get to success. That was my feeling. So I would encourage you to fail faster. And there is another quote that I have behind me. An author that I follow, she talks about how everybody wants a silver bullet, wants to know what they can do to become a best-selling author or write compelling books or be able to do social, whatever it is that they're wanting to do and they're struggling to do. They want this silver bullet that will make it all easy. And she says, that's not the point. The struggle is the silver bullet. And that struggle is what brings about learning so that you can learn what you need to know in order to be successful, and eventually leads to success. So I would encourage you to not be afraid to try new things and celebrate your mistakes and what seems like failures. Maybe even adopt the idea of failing faster. Going out and attempting something that you're not sure you can do, but it's okay to fail because that's one step closer to doing what you want to do. I would encourage you to find magic in failure.